Hello Ramen Nation, Chris Cobain here, and I welcome my YouTube channel for the first time to the XRL. So, for those of you who know about it, you guys know what's going on. The Ramen League is officially now on YouTube. For you guys who do not know about it, for the people on my YouTube who would be new to this, this is my very own community draft league. Just like the NPA, you guys are gonna know it, you know, the one I'm a part of. So, this is a draft league just designed to be for my community, my viewers on my Twitch stream, that kind of stuff, all for fun. I'm not even a coach in it. I'm just the commissioner, all that fun stuff. So I've never uploaded anything to YouTube about it, but it's been all over my Discord and of course all over my Twitch stream for quite a while now. If you guys have any questions, anyone who's new to it has no idea what's going on with this. If you have any questions, I'll leave two links in the description below for you guys. It'll be very important. The first one's going to be to the document for the XRL. It's going to be your rules, your band list, your draft pool, what tiers we made, stuff, and all the team pages of all the official coaches. And the second one's going to be actually to a Twitch VOD, and it's going to be the VOD to the actual draft that we had live on Twitch. It's a very long video. It's like 6 hours. So I don't expect a lot of people to go in there and check it out. But if you guys are interested in seeing what people drafted or seeing anything about that, both of those links will help you guys get kick-started on everything to do with the XRL. But we will be uploading content weekly. I plan on uploading uploading 2 videos a week to do with the XRL. The first one is what we're doing now, the game of the week, and the second one's going to be Pokemon of the week, where we talk about which Pokemon each week were the coolest or the most successful. So, game of the week number 1 is going to be the Miami Mimikyus going up against the Scottish Sirens. That is Connor versus Reshi, as a lot of you guys on Twitch and Discord are going to know already. So let's go ahead and take a look at the teams. This is a very good battle. I have already seen it. And definitely the first thing, it was out of all the ones we saw week 1, all the matches we saw week 1, this is the one I wanted to upload to get YouTube started on the XRL. So taking a look at Connor's team on our side, obviously we have Victini, Tapu Fini, Dragonite, Selby, Marowak, and Skuntank. So I don't want to give anything away to spoil the match too much, but you guys can kind of see what's going on here. It's a mostly physical Victini. It's going to be defensive. It's going to be defensive Tapu Fini, especially defensive Trick Room variant of Celebi, an offensive Marowak built to work under Trick Room, and a mixed version of Skuntank. Going up against Tangela, Salamence, Florges, Raichu, Registeel, and Slowking. Nothing too crazy about this thing. Tangela's just going to do what Tangela normally does. Salamence is going to be a physically offensive Dragon Dancing set. Florges is just defensive. Raichu, obviously just a good pivot Pokemon. Registeel's just all defense, as is the Slowking. So let's go ahead and take a look. This is a pretty wild battle. There's some pretty crazy stuff that happens, and it's not too long, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember the exact amount of turns, but I don't think it's that bad. So we're going to see the lead of going up against Victini and Tangela here, which is a very positive lead for Connor, obviously. So turn 1 here, you're going to go ahead, this is 25 turns, right. You're going to see Tangela protect a Scout out, as Victini is going to go ahead and click U-turn. So Reshi on the opposing has a choice now. Does he want to bank on this thing being Choice Scarfed or not? And at the end of the day, he's going to think this thing is a Choice Scarf U-turning lead and stay in, thinking he has to click U-turn. But unfortunately, Connor's running a Life Orb variant of Victini instead of a Choice Scarf. So Reshi loses that prediction game. He banks on it and loses, and he's going to lose Tangela turn 1, which is kind of unfortunate. So right now, he's going to jump right into Salamence here to get that Intimidate off. Remember that Victini is slower and less defensive now, but Reshi's going to go ahead and pivot instantly right back out, and he's going to jump into Registeel, which is actually a very, very smart play, because Victini obviously can learn Glaciate, which is very, very scary. That was a complete scout move. He brought in Mence and then switched into Registeel automatically just to scout if it had Glaciate or not, which he learns it does. So very, very smart on his part. Obviously now Registeel's going to be super, super fearing of V-Create, so Reshi's going to pivot out a second straight time, just wearing Victini down ever so slightly with that Life Orb every turn. He's going to go into Slowking, who, as you guys are going to see by this attack here, is a full physically defensive set Life Orb V Crate does about 25%, and even less so after Leftovers. So very, very Wally Slowking. And it's going to allow him to pretty much stuff this Victini in general. So Connor has a decision now. If he has Bolt Strike, do I want to click it and lose Victini here? He decides on yes. And actually, when I first saw this, I thought it was a misplay, in my opinion, because he has Celebi in the back and other stuff. So I thought it was kind of weird to lose something as powerful as Victini, who's obviously -2 because of 2 V-Creates now. And Slowking's going to take that kill with Scald, evening out at 5-5 now. So I actually thought this was a misplay, but it's actually very, very smartly played by Connor because he knows how annoying Slowking can be. So he actually goes right into Skuntank, and you guys may or may not see what's coming right now. Slowking obviously wants to switch out here, but Pursuit's going to come through and pick up that kill on Slowking. So he wastes, or not wastes, but he uses Victini, the Bolt Strike there, to chip Slowking to the point that he knows a Pursuit Trap's going to kill it, which it does. Very, very smartly done, and he's going to pick up the kill there. So out comes Salamence now. This is Reshi's biggest threat on his entire team. Obviously, I said Reiki, wow. Obviously, Connor has to be very, very scared of this. So he's going to switch out into Katrina, which is going to be his Tapu Fini, his dedicated wall for this. As you're going to see, the Ments make the right play and go right off for the Dragon, is making this very, very scary. So obviously in Gen 7, Ments is a lot scarier than he was in Gen 7. He's a lot scarier than he was in Gen 6 because of that ability to click Z moves, which he will right now. So this is, as you're going to see, as electric Z move is going to be Z Thunderfang, specifically to deal with this Tapu Fini. Very, very smart team building on the side of Reshi here to ensure that Tapu Fini could not wall this Salamence. But as you're going to see here, Tapu Fini, full physically defensive, is actually going to live a +1 Z Thunderfang from Salamence, which is absolutely insane. He lives with 7 HP and is able to counter back with Moonblast, which does a massive amount of damage, but Ments actually lives that really, really well, or not really, really badly, I should say, off the Moonblast there, and is able to pick up the kill with the Thunderfang and win this fight 1v1. Incredibly done on both sides there to ensure their lives, but Reshi wins out in the end. So God, I'm messing up so many times in this video. Celebi comes out to make the save. As you guys may or may not know, the Misty Terrain cuts down on the damage of Dragon attacks, so even though this is a specially defensive variant of Celebi, he's actually able to wall off that Outrage pretty well because of the Misty Terrain. He's going to set up Trick Room now, and surprisingly, this actually, I didn't think it was going to kill. Actually, U-turn here off a no investment Celebi. Actually picks up the kill on Ments. Huge kill there for Celebi. Absolutely phenomenal. Otherwise, Ments pretty much goes off. So now out comes Trick Room Thick Club Marowak, which is absolutely crazy. Reshi's going to switch into Florges here, but as you're going to see, he clicks Protect, and that's a smart play because it's going to help him. It's going to help him stop that Trick Room a little bit. But Connor makes a phenomenal prediction there. He's going to click Swords Dance now, and right now he's just all in. So Earthquake +2 with that Thick Club, absolutely going to obliterate any version of Florges under the sun. He gets completely decimated there. The Protect, I get what the Protect was for there, trying to make that Trick Room go away, but at the end of the day, Marowak doesn't fear anything Florges is going to do. Might as well set up in its face. So Raichu comes out. This is going to be a Sash variant of Raichu, so it's actually going to be able to live 1 Earthquake, really, with that 1 health, and fire off a Hidden Power Ice in the way of the Marowak. Now, if Moonblast would have came through here, actually, as you're going to see the Trick Room end, Raichu actually would have been able to pick up the kill after the Moonblast damage, but because of the no Moonblast damage and the bulk on this Marowak, it's able to barely take 2 of those Hidden Power Ices and counter back with a second Earthquake on Raichu, taking it out, picking up his second kill of the game, and putting Reshi in a pretty solid hole here where he's got to work his way out of it. And he'll do so by switching into Registeel. So Registeel is going to come out now. Obviously, this is a very, very slow variant of Marowak because it's got to work under Trick Room. So Reshi's aware that Registeel going to outspeed, which it does. Takes out the Marowak with Seismic Toss, but he puts in a ton of work there. Huge plays on the part of Marowak. So this is where the match is going to get its most stally, as the Registeel is going to start clicking Protect, and the well, I forgot his name. The Skuntank's going to start clicking taunt to ensure no Thunder Wave, no Rest, no Curse. No idea what's happening on this Registeel here. I believe we only ever see it use Protect and Seismic Toss the entire game. So that's pretty much what's going to happen for the next few turns. You're just going to start seeing Fire Blast on the Skuntank. You're going to see Seismic Tosses from the Registeel, and they're just going to fight back and forth over the damage here. As you're going to see, this completely eats that Fire Blast. Skuntank not the most prominent special attacker in the world, obviously more physically based, and this Registeel clearly fully specially defensive based off that. And at this point, they're just going to keep firing these off back and forth. Obviously, this is a fight Registeel's winning all day, but Connor knows that he needs, 100% needs, to wear this thing down, otherwise it could literally sweep him. At this point, I know he's got Celebi left, who's not going to do anything this, and he's got Dragonite left, who after like a Thunder Wave and some Iron Heads could be in a world of trouble for sure. Definitely don't want this thing to walk away with a bunch of health. So I believe the taunt wears off there. It does. So it's going to be the same thing as you saw before. The Regi's going to go ahead and Protect, and then he's going to go ahead and click Fire or the Seismic Toss next turn, as Connor's just going to sit there and taunt. He knows that Registeel's going to get the free passive recovery from the leftovers every time he does an attack, but at the end of the day, he doesn't want this thing to do anything ridiculous. He doesn't want to take a Thunder Wave and then all of a sudden not be able to do any damage to it. Absolutely 100% need to wear this thing down as much as physically possible. So he goes for taunt. He's just making the smart plays here, making the safer plays. Don't want this Registeel to do anything stupid. So it's going to take 2 more Seismic Tosses here, as you guys are going to see. He's got 75 health, obviously, to do 50 a chunk. Fire Blast going to come through 1 more time, or actually 2 more times. He actually ends up landing every single Fire Blast, which I actually thought was pretty crazy. I believe he used 4 or 5 of them, actually. So another Seismic Toss coming through. Going to take this Skuntank down to 25. Obviously, after leftovers, he raises up to 38, but nowhere near enough to take the 50 damage that Seismic Toss will do. But after 1 more Fire Blast, assuming to land, which it will, it's going to take that Registeel down to about 50-ish%, which is very, very nice for Skuntank, actually, when fighting something as powerful as Registeel. So you see the 50% there. You see the Seismic Toss come through. But another phenomenal point in game planning here. He's running Aftermath Skuntank, probably for this exact reason, just so when Registeel killed him, it would take that 25% damage, lowering Registeel all the way down to just over 25% instead of just over 50% with the leftovers. And that's going to allow the Dragonite to come out and clean up super easily with the Earthquake. If the Registeel's sitting at 50% there, it's going to live this Earthquake. It's going to click Thunder Wave. Who knows what happens after that? Obviously, Celebi's never going to fight this thing 1v1. It would be a stall fest, I guess, but it's not going to win it. So Skuntank comes in super clutch there, ends up doing 75% overall to the Registeel, and allows Dragonite to come in and click Earthquake for the win. And Connor will walk away with the 1-0 victory with the 2-0. Both Celebi and Dragonite obviously stayed alive. It's truly just a really well played game on both parts there. Reshi made a couple more mistakes than Connor did. Obviously, the Protect on Florges cost him pretty big time in that scenario because Connor makes that really good predict and goes for Swords Dance, or it might not have been a predict at all. He may have just not cared about the Florges, to be honest. And the second turn, really unfortunate. He's banking on the Scarf Victini. It's not Scarf Victini, so he loses Tangela automatically. Tangela could have been really, really nice. I don't know what kind of set he was running, but at least it would have walled Marowak pretty easily. So he wouldn't have had to go into Florges. He wouldn't have had to go into Raichu. He could just brought in Tangela and just laughed at it. And it would have made the game a lot more interesting. So that early game, really, really important for Connor. Allows Marowak to go off with 2 kills. And then obviously Skuntank and Dragonite are able to clean up Registeel for the 2-0 victory. But GG to both involved. Definitely a game I enjoyed. There was no other option for me for Game of the Week for Week 1. Obviously, we watched all of them on stream the other day. And this is the one that stuck out the most to me. So, like I said, there will be a Pokemon of the Week coming up. I plan on uploading these videos on Wednesdays and the Pokemon of the Week on Fridays. So a couple more days, and we'll have the top 5 Pokemon of Week 1 for you guys. And then obviously on Sunday, we will be doing the Week 2 recap live on Twitch, so make sure you guys check me out on Twitch if you haven't. Link for my Twitch will be obviously in the description below, as it always is. So if you guys are interested in seeing all the matches from each week, we do those streams on Sunday. So make sure you guys stop by and check them out if you get the chance. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you all look forward to a season of XRL content. I hope you guys look forward to the Pokemon of the Week on Friday as well. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you guys on Friday. All right. Peace, Ramen Nation. See you.